Trigger warning, if you are a Christian, lying Canaanite preacher like I used to be before I repented, you may not like what I have to show here about Nicodemus and being born again. With that, hey, please listen and allow me to explain and introduce to you Nicodemus that isn't taught in the 2 Corinthians 4:4 religious organizations of the world today. Check this out. Now here in the book of Yachanan or John, chapter 3 and verse 1, but please do read the entire chapter, my friends. In fact, read the whole book. And it shows that there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. And he saw Messiah saying, hey, you do these signs and everything, you got to be from our Father. And Messiah answered, most assuredly, I say to you, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of our Father. And born again is what everybody thinks that they are, even though Nicodemus, this ruler of the Jews, a Pharisee who's kept the law his entire life, this Nicodemus said to Messiah, how can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter a second time into his mother's womb and be born? Now see, what most people are misunderstanding, not seeing, and especially not being taught, is that Nicodemus did keep the laws, but he kept it by the letter of the law, my friends. Messiah is talking, when you're born again, you keep the law because you love the law. It's the love of the law. It's a royal law. And unless you keep it because it states, 1 John chapter 3, verse 4, that sin is lawlessness, my friends. And if you don't have the laws in you, by practicing 1 John chapter 2, verses 3 through 7, and understand even Paul went through the same process. He was a Pharisee too. The scales fell from his eyes. He realized he had been living by the letter of the law. He didn't understand it. And that's why when he was converting to the love of the law, he said, the things I want to do, I don't do. The things I do, I shouldn't do, and all these things, because he was being born again. Here in 1 John 5, verse 18, we know that whoever is born of the Father does not practice sin. But he who has been born of the Father keeps himself, and the wicked one does not touch him. Please read John chapter 15, verses 9 through 10. And no, Messiah kept these laws too. That's how you don't sin and you're born again. Prove all things, know you're loved and prayed for always by